In this video, we're going to do quick testing and overview of this Elgato video capture device pretty much. As I stated when I did the video of the IO Data GV USB 2 capture device, I was going to go and obtain a Elgato brand new in the box. And we were going to do testing because this is going to be used down the road to pretty much do a comparison of many different capture cards and stuff like that, and see what they're actually fully capable of and improvements and stuff you could do. So I wanted to get a Elgato as well because this one sold a lot of them and stuff, and a lot of people have these and use them. So some of the videos could be actually how to improve the quality and get the best out of this, because there's people that already own this and stuff like that, and the software on this is pretty lackluster at best. And what I mean by that is it doesn't capture at a very high bit rate, so it creates artifacting and stuff, loss of details and everything. Doesn't handle fast motion very well. It's also saturated and everything else. So there's quite a few problems with this capture device, besides the fact too that also the line TBC is garbage on this thing. And when you're watching, like, for example, V Wrestler's video on it, you could see the wobbliness and stuff, and he was even going over that and stuff too as well. He actually did a pretty good video on it. And he also did a video, of course, too, how to polish a turd and change the bitrate settings and stuff through the XML file and stuff, and how to adjust the cropping and stuff. So he did a really good video, but only using the software that was provided. So which is what most people would do. They're gonna go and this pretty much capture device was designed for people that wanted something easy. You plug in pretty much, you install the software. It comes with pretty much a all-in-one software package where you could go and trim your video and all that, and then you get a digital file, and it's made to be where it's smaller file sizes, manageable for most people and stuff like that, and they could transfer it easily to like a DVD or even keep it as a digital file and stuff. So it's made to be easy. That's what they made for it. But we're gonna go ahead and go further, and we're gonna see what this thing can do in professional editing software, of course, using lossless codecs and stuff like that. And we're gonna see what the best this thing can do, pretty much. You know what I mean? I want to give it its fair shake, and then once I discover, okay, what works best and stuff, of course, I'll do a video dedicated to that. So if you happen to have one of these and you want to make improvements and stuff, you can get the best out of it, essentially, and stuff. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to use the software that it came with too, and try what Life already did, and see what the quality is when doing that too as well and stuff. So there's going to be a series of tests, beside the fact that I already said in the other video that I was also going to compare it to other capture devices that I have, and also other ones that I need to obtain too as well and stuff, to see which one gives you the best bang for the buck, at least money wise goes. Like, and to be honest with you, this one was $89, so you could do a lot better for $89, like a GV USB 2, and so forth. Is a very capable capture card, or like a, for example, a Pod Live 2, for example, is another good one. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm not gonna go over is it overpriced or not, because obviously when they made this thing, they made it mostly for convenience, and it's one of the only capture cards that will work with a Mac OS and stuff like. So there's reasons for that, but either way it goes, we'll go ahead and take it out of the box. I'll do quick testing in this video, and then down the road you're gonna be seeing a lot more testing, and we're gonna make some improvements and stuff like that. So before I go and open the box, I figure I'll go and show you this is actually truly brand new, sealed. Never been opened, never been touched with, still completely shrink wrapped. So I'm going to go and get it out of its box, and then we'll go and proceed to some testing. So this is what you'll be greeted with when you go and open the box. And they got a pretty nice printout here that shows you how to make your connections and where to download the software and everything. Like I said, this device was made for ease of use. There it shows you how to, of course, do your composite. If you're doing S video, how to connect your S video up, and then even using the SCART adapter that they provide. which is pretty good. They give you a nice layout, makes it simple to use. There's the device you'll be capturing, where it's a camcorder, set-top box, whatever. To the capture card, it then goes to the computer, and then of course it tells you where to download the software and everything. Now here's the device itself, and of course, pretty big actually, much bigger than the GV USB 2, even bigger than the ATI HD 600 USB and stuff. But there you go, and then there's your, of course, your composite, your S-video, and then your audio. All right. Here it comes to provide you with AV cables. I won't be using this. I'll actually be using this video, so we're gonna give it its best shot. And then here, of course, is the SCART adapter. So if you got a PAL VCR, you can actually just plug this in the back and it converts it to regular, RCA jacks essentially. So, and then they got foam, of course, protection padding in the box. So that's inside the box pretty much. So as far as obtaining the driver and software, you just go to Elgato's website. You go to downloads like they stated in that diagram, and there you're greeted with the driver and also the software that's necessary to run this capture device. So I'm gonna go and do that and we'll install it. So here's one thing that I noticed right off the back. In order for you to be able to download the software, to use the Elgato software, you do have to provide them with an email in order for you to continue with download, because as you can see, it's grayed out without putting the email in. So once you get done installing the drivers and software, which went pretty smoothly, didn't give me no issues, you go ahead and click on the icon Elgato video capture. So we'll go ahead and go into the software and I'll show you what that is. Okay. And then you greet it with this menu here, where I'll tell you what do you want to name the movie, approximately how long that footage is going to be pretty much and stuff. And it says for 60 minutes, it's going to use 1 gig of hard drive space, which is not much. All right, and then we're going to go to preferences. Usually, with lossless format, it'll be about 15 to 20 gigs of, hard drive space, just to give you an idea on the compression they're using. And then here you go into preferences. It's going to give you the options here where to save the footage at, which we'll just leave it in my videos. And then we'll go ahead and hit high res on there. Let's see what this does. Okay, so it does give you some control. We'll just leave it at the default settings. And then it does allow you to also adjust the audio level too. So, okay, it's pretty good actually. Let's just continue there. And then of course it's going to go ahead and tell you what input are you using. We're not using composite, we're using S-video, so we'll hit S-video. And wow, there's a little bit of lag there, but maybe that's not lag. It could have been the software switch. Let's just go into the menu and see if I notice any lag. And no, I don't. So yeah, it's pretty responsive. Okay, that's good. So first thing we're going to do, of course, is make sure we turn off the TBC. So let's do that. We don't want this on. We don't want this on, all right? And then we also don't want, we want that on normal. We don't want the video calibration on. And we'll go and hit the menu to get out. So now I'm going to go and get a tape, and we're going to see how well this handles with macrovision and TBCs, mainly what I'm going to start. So I'm going to do the same test that I did with the IO data GV USB 2, where I don't have no TBC connected. You saw I just turned off the internal TBC on the JVC and stuff. And we're going to see pretty much if we notice wobble, anything like that. See how well it handles macrovision stuff in this test. We're not going to go into details on this test. That'll be for another video. We'll make the improvements. And then we'll upload the footage directly, of course, and stuff on that video. For now, we're just testing it overall just to see how well it performs with the included software, with no TBC added into chain. So we're not going to be cheating, of course, and we're going to just see how it looks pretty much. So I'm going to go and grab a tape, and I'll be right back once I'm done. So this is the next page in the Elgato software. So once you get done, of course, selecting your video input, it's going to go ahead and show you these two levels. As a tape playing, you'll see this go back and forth And that allows you to adjust your audio gain. And you can just go to preference, audio, and then there's your gain adjustment right there and stuff. So you can adjust the audio gain as the tape's playing. Then you could, of course, just cue the tape back to where you want to after you're done. Go to next. And then you're ready to record pretty much. Now I am going to go ahead and leave, and I'm not going to mess with the software yet. I'm going to record the way you would get it out of the box so you can see the quality. I'm actually going to do a direct upload of this, as well as I'm going to take it one step further. I'm actually going to use a third-party software, turn off the de-interlacer, actually go ahead and adjust the field and frame correctly and stuff so it's shooting full D1 and not half resolution, and also as well take care of the cropping issue and stuff like that. And I'm going to show you the difference. And we're also going to capture that lossless too, even though once it goes up to YouTube it's going to be compressed and stuff. But either way it goes, you'll get an idea of what the actual problem is with this capture card. It's not the capture card, it's the software that's crippling it. This capture card is actually capable of capturing two fields, but the problem is that they're using this fake progressive skin, the de-interlacer that they have in there and stuff, that actually causes the wobbling. It causes also motion blur and all kinds of issues with it. And you can make some improvements. I'll just go there, but we're going to do direct footage upload on this. So I'm going to go ahead. I got the tape queued up. We're going, actually we'll just start recording here. And then we'll play here. And then you're going to see the video, of course, as it's capturing. And then you're going to see down there how much hard drive space and how long it's been capturing for. So we're just going to let this capture for a while. And the footage on this is actually commercials from around the world. So we're going to let this capture for a little bit. And then I'll get back to you once I'm done capturing with this, some footage. And then I'll do it the lossless method. Either way it goes, like I said, the problem necessarily isn't the hardware. It's actually the software that's crippling the hardware, essentially. You actually use this actual capture device actually uses a good ADC in it. The problem is the software cripples it. And I'll explain that later on. So let me go ahead and capture some footage, and I'll be right back once I'm done capturing some footage off using the Elgato software.
It's alright,
So this is it, eh?
G'day, Barry. What do you think?
Bright, isn't it?
It's got some beautiful new features. Look at the skills on it.
Scotty, let's just hop in and run out for the hut for a brew, eh?
I thought you might ask me that. Be back in a minute.
Ah, spare me days, mate. There's no need for all that. We've got a decent track here now.
Barry!
You better wind your whipper up here, mate.
Hey, Barry, we can't go through there. It's big.
Oh, there's been a bit of rain up here lately, mate. We're leaving the ride down here, Scotty.
The incredible new Toyota Hilux four-wheel drive.
Okay, Scotty, we'll have that brew, eh?
It's so good.
Scotty?
It's frightening.
Well, here's your brew, Scotty. Your gate's a bit to the left, mate.
Three guesses what I'm having for dinners in.
Thistles.
No, I'm having one of these delicious new Heinz golden soups. And what's in them?
Thistles.
No, golden chicken and mushroom. That's tasty new golden veg, and this is golden chicken and veg. The secret of life is avoiding one thing.
Thistles?
No, boredom.
Variety is the spice of Heinz.
BASF Chrome Vidéo, l'émotion intacte.
In dog food commercials, dogs never smell or have unpleasant habits. And they never die. Famous Halls Dog Food faces the facts of life with a helpful booklet which deals with the offensive things that dogs can do. It is free with 3 cartons of Halls Dog Food. Oh dear, I've dropped a packet. What a nice booklet.
Älskling,
Är du tillbaka?
och du förstår så jag kunde inte sova på hela natten. Jag bara drömde om dig.
Vad gör vi nu?
Vi gifter oss.
Känner mig ju inte.
Nej, men du förstår mig rätt. Du måste förstå mig. Jag har ju ett helt liv på mig att lära känna dig.
Vad underbart.
Fantastiskt.
Lär känna mig.
Ja, det här var ju förbannat tråkigt. Hör. Min mor, hon beredde den här smörgåsen med flora. Och jag kan ju hoppas att den spolas upp på en strand långt borta någonstans.
Där är museet.
Nåja, nu försvinner min lilla smörgås ut här. Och här ligger krabbor och humrar och äter upp min smörgås.
Melissa! Mr. Yakitori and his aide?
Yokoso.
No, sweetie, Japanese. Play this right, there's a scooter each. We just ordered our traditional drink, Chisano Bianco. Oh, a fusion of superb Italian wines and aromatic herbs. One of our most refined European customs. Oh! I think they like you, Marissa.
So once you get done capturing the footage, then you hit next, of course, and it's going to show you this screen here. Then you can trim the file. So let's say I want to cut out, maybe this part or whatever. I could cut that out. I could trim this, get it to where I want to. We'll go put it back to where it was before. And then there you go. And then you can hit continue. And then it's going to process the video, of course, right there. And as you can see, it's processing about the 4 minutes of video I captured. And then there you go. And then it allows you, what you'd want to do with the footage next. You can upload it to YouTube, Editor, Movie Maker, and so forth. It gives you options there. But either way it goes, that's pretty much the Elgato software in a nutshell. I wouldn't recommend using this software actually to capture, and I'll get into the reasons later. So now the next thing I'm going to do is capture it using another piece of software. I'm going to keep the levels the same. I'm not going to do any adjustments to the levels and stuff yet. But I am going to go and fix the cropping issue and also turn off the deinterlacer and so forth and do it manually and stuff like that. And then you'll see the difference in the quality. So I'll be right back once I'm done doing that. So I do got the capture card set up in this software. We're going to be using a lossless codec on this one here. And I already turned off deinterlacing and also turned off the cropping and everything like that and set the fields and frames correctly. So now we're going to capture using this software here. And then the next part is the direct upload pretty much. So let me go and start the capture, of course. So we'll hit this here. And then we'll hit play. And we're capturing the same spot as we did the, Elgato software. So I'll be right back once this is done.
It's all right.
So this is it, eh?
G'day, Barry. What do you think?
Bright, isn't it?
It's got some new features. But the skills on.
Scotty, let's just hop in and run out to the hut for a brew, eh?
I thought you might ask me that. Be back in a minute.
Ah, spare me days, mate. There's no need for all that. We've got a decent track here now.
Barry!
Better wind your whipper up here, mate. Been a bit of rain up here lately, mate. Just leaving the ride down here, Scotty.
The incredible new Toyota Hilux four-wheel drive.
Okay, Scotty, we'll have that brew, eh?
It's so good.
Scotty.
It's frightening.
Well, here's your brew, Scotty. Your gate's a bit to the left, mate.
Three guesses what I'm having for dinner, Sid.
Thistles.
No, I'm having one of these delicious new Heinz golden soups. And what's in them?
Thistles.
No, golden chicken and mushroom. That's tasty new golden veg, and this is golden chicken and veg. The secret of life is avoiding one thing.
Thistles?
No, boredom.
Variety is the spice of Heinz.
BASF Chrome Vidéo, l'émotion intacte.
In dog food commercials, dogs never smell or have unpleasant habits. And they never die. Famous Halls Dog Food faces the facts of life with a helpful booklet which deals with the offensive things that dogs can do. It is free with 3 cartons of Halls dog food. Oh dear, I've dropped a packet. What a nice booklet.
Älskling,
Är du tillbaka?
och du förstår så jag kunde inte sova på hela natten. Jag bara drömde om dig.
Vad gör vi nu?
Vi gifter oss.
Känner mig ju inte.
Nej, men du förstår mig rätt. Du måste förstå mig. Jag har ju ett helt liv på mig att lära känna dig.
Vad underbart.
Fantastiskt.
Lär känna mig.
Ja, det här var ju förbannat tråkigt, hörru. Min mor, hon bredde den här smörgåsen med flora. Och jag kan ju hoppas att den spolas upp på en strand långt borta någonstans.
Där i museet.
Nåja, nu försvinner min lilla smörgås ut här. Och här ligger krabbor och humrar och äter upp min smörgås.
Melissa! Mr. Yakitori and his aides?
Yokoso.
No, sweetie, Japanese. Play this right, there's a scooter each. We just ordered our traditional drink, Shinzano Bianco. Oh, a fusion of superb Italian wines and aromatic herbs. One of our most refined European customs. Oh! I think they like you, Marissa.
So also one of the things I'm going to capture is a widescreen tape. I got a mini DV tape in the deck right now, since this is also a mini DV deck. This isn't the way you should capture mini DV, by the way. You should capture mini DV one-to-one using Firewire if you can, but this is just for testing purposes, of course. I'm going to test to see with the Elgato software, and then I'm also going to test using the third-party software. So let's go ahead and start the recording. So we'll hit record and then we'll play the tape. And the reason why I'm doing this too, because it's got some fast motion and stuff, so I also want to use this too to capture that as well. So we'll capture, about 4 minutes of this, and then we'll do the same thing with other software. I'll be back once I'm done, and then I'll do the, upload pretty much.
just need to start training right away, do some rehabilitation, okay? Let's talk about it, okay? I'm good, how are you?
So here's the third-party software. We're done capturing the Elgato software. Now we're moved to the third-party software. And then right after I, get done with this part, then you'll see the actual footage. Of course, I'm going to do that for every part so you know which is which. So let's go ahead and now show you the capture, of course, using the third-party software widescreen now with a mini DV tape on this part. So I'm going to go ahead and start the capture. And then do the same thing pretty much. So the next part you'll be seeing the actual footage, of course.
Just need to start training right away, do some rehabilitation, okay? Let's talk about it, okay?
That's good. How you?
In this next part, this is going to be using a video 8 using the Elgato capture software. And of course, the TBC and the camcorder is turned off, and the DNR is turned off as well. And I kind of want to see how well handled, because this tape is known for having issues with extreme tearing without using TBC and stuff, because it's deteriorated, but also has a lot of fast motion to it stuff. So we're going to see how well it handles it with the Elgato software, and then we're going to go to the third-party software, of course. So let me go and capture that, and then you'll see the footage pretty much.
You throw at least your back handsprings and the standing back handspring backs and back handspring backs down the front. Cross passes can just be right up back handsprings. But the rest I want to see the tucks on. And all your son said was that. You're moving anymore. You're done. You get out there, same deal. You hit it all, that's it, you're done. And then if you want to tumble, we can get lines and we'll tumble on the rest of the top. A lot of people say, oh, she's not doing this, but she's not doing that. So, come on, girl. Come on, lady. Why would you not do it?
So now this footage is going to be of using the third-party software, and as you can see, the line TBC in this capture card is really struggling with this one, which I expected it to. That's why I'm using it. I want to go ahead and use the worst tape, of course. So we're going to capture that, and in the next part you'll be seeing the footage. So I'll be right back once I get done capturing the footage.
You throw at least your back handsprings and the standing back handspring backs and back handspring backs down the front. Cross passes can just be right up back handsprings. But the rest I want to see the tucks on. And all your son said was that. You're moving anymore. You're done. You get out there, same deal. You hit it all, that's it, you're done. And then if you want to tumble, we can get lines and we'll tumble on the rest of the top. A lot of people say, oh, she's not doing this, but she's not doing that. So, come on, girl.
figured, well, this one was de-interlacing, which is already done because the fan actually kicked down. The reason why the fan kicked up on high when I was actually interlacing is because it was running the processor at 100% while I was de-interlacing. But either way it goes, though, I figure I'll go and give you my initial impression of it. And to be personally honest, I couldn't recommend this Elgato video capture device to anyone. I'm shocked professionals even use it, to be honest with you, because it has a few major flaws with it I noticed while capturing with it. And I mean, the two biggest one is motion blur, and that's due to the de-interlacer that's actually built into the card and stuff like that. Using the Elgato software, it, you know, does progressive, it forces progressive and stuff, and that's what causes the motion blur and so forth. The other problem is that the Elgato software captures at a low bit rate, so it creates artifacting and everything else, micro blocking, all kinds of stuff. So that's another reason. Now you can fix that because VRest did his video, showed you how to edit that, you know, XML file and how to actually change the bitrate to a higher bitrate and so forth using the Elgato software and so forth. But even then, you got the other more serious problem, and people that are looking to buy this capture card are looking for one device that will essentially capture their high 8 VHS or whatever have laying around. Don't want to invest in a full frame TBC or, you know, $3,000 worth of equipment and stuff like that. They want something they can plug into the USB and it'll be able to capture for the most part and stuff. And there's other capture cards that will actually do that, like the IO Data GV USB 2. It actually has the newer revision, like say keyword newer revision, because the older one didn't have it. But the newer one actually has a very good, you know, line TBC. And the tape that I played on the Elgato with the video 8 tape, which was the last one that I actually captured with the footage that I uploaded to this very video, it couldn't handle it. You know what I mean? It was tearing very severely, wobbling and everything like that. Yeah, I tried to hang in there, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't doing a good job with no TBC and stuff like that. And you know the reason why I did that, because I want to try the line TBC in the Elgato, which it has one, but it's not that great. I noticed it's wobbling. I noticed with the video 8, it was just, you know, pretty much losing sync and everything. It wasn't that good, you know what I mean? And it's the same problems I noticed that other people had too, like V Westlife and other people, where they were having wobbling and everything else and stuff like that. So it doesn't have a really good, you know, line TBC. And for you to use that card, you would definitely have to have a DVD recorder and chain that has a good line TBC, like a Panasonic or Sony, or even use a full frame TBC. And I typically don't recommend using a full frame TBC on everything, you know what I mean? Use a full frame TBC for, you know, tapes that have bad sync and stuff like that, because a TBC can actually degrade the quality and stuff like that. So you kind of want to try to avoid it when possible and stuff like that. And usually what I recommend is just using the line TBC that's either built into the card or putting a DVD recorder in the chain, of course, and stuff. And that's usually more than sufficient for most tapes and will get the job done. When you start adding a full frame TBC, now you got to add a hardware prop amp. And for that, then you got to go ahead and have a wave monitor. So that way you can go ahead and actually, you know, adjust your level, phase, and everything else like that correctly. And that adds to complexity and stuff like that. And people buying the Elgato video capture device are not looking for something complex. They're looking for something simple, something that, you know what I mean, you can plug into your USB port, and for the most part, it'll capture your VHS and high 8 tapes or whatever you got laying around and stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend using it for mini DV. As a matter of fact, I don't recommend any capture card for mini DV. You should be doing that one-on-one using Firewire and stuff like that. But even then, as an all-in-one device, something you plugged in for $89, it's just not recommended. There's much better digitizers that you can get. And like I said, the one that I would recommend would be the IO Data GV USB 2 that you can get currently today. Yes, there's other better ones, but they're hard to obtain and stuff like that. and there's really only 2 or 3 decent ones that you can get on the market, which is of course the Pod Live 2, and then, you know, the IO Data GV USB 2, which are probably going to be the 2 best ones that you can get that's still currently on the market that you could buy for a reasonable price, unless you decide to go, of course, the SDI route, which is a whole nother topic on its own and stuff like that. And I won't get into master archiving and stuff like that, you know, for this. But either way it goes, though, at the price point, I can't recommend the Elgato video capture device at all. And I don't even know why professionals are even, or at least people that claim to be professional transfer companies are even using this, to be honest with you. It's pretty bad. It got some serious flaw, and the biggest one being the motion blur, and the TBC that's in it is garbage, essentially. So this concludes the video.